please take a comfortable position, a comfortable sitting position, whether that's with your legs crossed or out in front, or even if you are in a chair. But make sure that you are steady and comfortable in whatever sitting position that you take, and that the spine is straight. The head and neck are aligned with the spine. The hands are on your knees in a mudra of your choice. The eyes and the mouth are lightly closed. Check that the shoulders are back and down, but very relaxed, just so that you're opening up the chest. And take a long, deep inhalation, a long, deep yogic breath in. Slow breath in. And as you gently release the breath, also release all of the events of the day. And then take another long, deep inhalation. And this time when you exhale, release all of the conversations and interactions you've had today in whatever form they may have taken. Online, in person, whatever that may be, just let them all go. And again, another long, deep inhalation. And this time, when you exhale, release any thoughts or feelings of obligation of anything you need to do outside of this class, and just allow yourself to have the gift of being right here and right now. There's nothing else you need to do at this moment, just to be right here in this space. And now gently scan the awareness up through the body. And I'll allow you to do this in your own time, beginning with the soles of the feet and scanning the awareness right up through the body to the top of the head. But as you do this, check in and make sure that you are taking notice of any pains or aches or irritation in your body, so that when we complete the class, you will listen to your body and you'll adjust any practices accordingly, whether you visualize the practice or do something else. It's all about working within your body. And once you have raised the awareness up to the top of the head, gently move it now to the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together, now we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti. And I will chant the Shanti mantra to pay respect to our yogic traditions and our practices and to each other, so we can all learn together. Breathing in now for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, Tejasvinadvadhitamastu, Mahaved Vishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. And now come into Parambik Sthiti, the base position, with the legs out in front of the body. We'll begin with Gulf Chakra, ankle rotation. So ensuring that the spine is up straight. We'll just move so you can see. And a good idea is to actually bring the hands behind the buttocks with the fingers pointing away, just to stabilize yourself and support yourself. And now focusing on the ankle joints, we'll move first the ankle, both feet at the same time in a clockwise direction. So inhaling and then bringing the feet around, just rotating the feet from the ankle joints, exhaling on the downward movement and inhaling on the upward movement. Placing the awareness in the ankle joint, just observing what's happening with the movement. Complete 5 rounds in a clockwise direction and then 5 in an anti-clockwise direction. And if it's comfortable for you, close the eyes. Helps you to internalize and withdraw the senses so you can focus more on what's happening within your body. And after your 5th round, after the 5th round in the opposite direction, just again, release the practice and just observe its effects. We'll move now to knee bending. So for this practice, bring the foot in front of the buttock, the right foot in front of the buttock, and clasp the hands underneath the knee. Again, checking your posture. Inhale, bringing the foot out to about 10 centimeters above the floor, pushing through the heel. So, and that's inhaling as you bring the knee up and exhaling as you bring the foot out straight along the floor without putting the leg on the floor. Clenching the knee and pushing out through the heel. Complete 5 rounds in this way and just observe what's happening in the knee joint. After your 5th round of this practice, gently release the leg to the floor, again in your own time, and take a few moments just to observe the difference between right and left, and then continue the practice with the left leg, bringing the left foot just in front of the buttock, placing the hands underneath the knee joint. Inhale and exhale, bringing the foot out along the floor, so just about 10 centimeters above, stretching out through the heel and the knee. Inhale, bringing the knee back to the chest. 5 rounds. And then again, when you finish your 5th round, taking your own time, release the leg to the floor, come back into the base position and just observe the effects of the practice. And our next practice will be Tatali Asana. So bringing the feet again in front of the buttocks, and then bring the soles of the feet together. Bring the soles of the feet together as close as you can to the buttocks, clasping the hands around the feet and allow the knees to fall towards the floor. And just feel yourself in the position first. Then inhale and bring the knees up towards the arms. Exhale, bring the knees towards the floor. Complete 5 rounds. And then after your 5th round, again, in your own time, bringing the knees up together and allowing them to move along the floor in front of the body. Our next practice will be Skandha Chakra, the shoulder rotation. So for this, you can either leave your legs out in front of the body or cross your legs, or even come into Vajrasan, whatever's comfortable for you. So again, checking your posture, bringing the right hand to the right shoulder, left hand to left shoulder, elbows together in front of the body. Inhale, bringing the elbows up, back. Exhaling as you bring them down behind the body and then bringing them around in front of the body again. So this is 1 round. Complete 5 rounds in both directions. Trying to coordinate the breath with the movement. Aiming for a really smooth movement. And observing the movement of energy. And now we'll do some practices lying down in Shavasana. And from Shavasana, after these asanas, we will then move into pranayama and into yoga nidra. So lying down on the back with your head in this direction, if possible. Making sure that the legs are about hip width away from the body and the palms are facing up. Just allowing the body to sink into the position first. And we'll begin by bringing the knees to the chest and hugging the arms around the knees. Inhale and then exhale. After you exhale, bring the nose towards the knees. Hold for a few moments and then gently inhale again and gently move the head back to the floor. So complete 5 rounds, aiming to hold the final round just a little bit longer than the others. After your final round, bring the feet flat on the floor in front of the buttocks again. And then either place the hands behind the head as long as the elbows can reach the floor, or just place the arms out at shoulder height along the floor, whatever works for where you are. Inhale, and then as you exhale, bring the knees together, but move them together towards the right and turn the head to the left. Spinal twist, allowing the body to ease into the position. And you can breathe while you're in this position. But then when you are ready, inhale and bring the knees back to center and head back to center. Exhale and bring the knees to the left and the head to the right. Complete 5 rounds of this practice. Observing what happens in the body as you complete this asana. Come back into Shavasana when you've completed this practice. So ensuring that the arms are a little bit away from the body with the palms facing up, and allowing the breath to return to the natural breath. And just observing the natural breath as it moves through the nostrils and expands the abdomen and the chest on the inhalation. And then on the exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. And for our pranayama practice, we'll do a visualization. It will be a version of Nadi Shodhana, but you will not need to use your hands. You'll just be visualizing. So what I would like you to do is firstly inhale through, visualize that you're inhaling through the sole of your left foot right up through the left side of the body to the eyebrow center, and then exhaling down the right side of the body out down to the bottom of your right foot, and then inhaling through the right foot up to the eyebrow center, and then exhaling from the eyebrow center down the left side of the body. And adding further to this visualization, when you're inhaling golden healing light, and then the exhalation allows you to release any worries or tiredness or anything that may be unsettling you at the moment. Just release it all with the exhalation. And now the next time that you exhale from the left side of the body, release the practice and come back to the natural breath, moving through both nostrils and exhaling through the nostrils. And now prepare for the practice of Yoga Nidra. So just check in with your body and ensure that there's balance between the left and the right side of the body, and that you've released any remaining tension in the legs and the arms. And take a long, deep inhalation, a long, deep yogic breath, and as you exhale, release the body into the floor. And take another long, deep inhalation. And this time when you exhale, just check in with your face and ensure that you're not holding any tension in your face. You're not clenching your jaw or clenching the muscles behind the eyes. There's no expression. Just let it all go. And returning to the natural breath. And feel the body's contact against the floor, beginning with the heels against the floor. And feel the back of the legs against the floor. Feel the buttocks against the floor. And feel the back against the floor. Feel the backs of the hands and the arms and shoulders against the floor. And feel the back of the neck and the head against the floor. And observe how all of these different points of contact create one singular point of contact between the body and the floor. And become aware now of sounds. So listen first for sounds that are way off in the distance, but don't try and identify them or name the sounds. Just move your awareness from one sound to the next as you hear it. And now complete the same practice by moving the awareness to listen for sounds just outside the room that you're in. Just moving the awareness from sound to sound. Now bring the awareness a little closer to sounds inside the room that you're in. And even closer still, bring the awareness to the sound and the sensation of your heartbeat. Now move the sound awareness to your natural breath. So observing the sound and the sensation of the natural breath. And release the sound awareness now. And call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. We'll now rotate the awareness around the body. So listen to my instructions. And as I say the name of a body part, place your awareness there, visualize that part, and mentally repeat the name of that part. We'll begin with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger. Palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And we'll move now over to the left side of the body with the left hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger. Palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And we'll move now to the back of the body with the heels, back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, the entire spinal column, the back of the head and the crown of the head. And moving now around to the face with the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center, the ears, the eyes, the cheeks, the nose, the lips, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat, the right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest, the right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel, the right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. Release the body rotation now and return the awareness back to the natural breath. Observe the natural breath at the nostrils and just how subtle it's now become. And also observe the rise and fall of the navel in response to the natural breath. And we'll now add a count to the natural breath, counting backwards from 14 in the following way. Breathing in, 14. Breathing out, 14. Breathing in, 13. Breathing out, 13. Just counting backwards from 14 along with the natural breath. And if you lose count, begin again. And if you reach 1, begin again. And if the mind begins to wander, use the breath just like an anchor and bring it back to the practice. And now release the count and instead feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body is feeling lighter and lighter. The body feels so light that it feels like it's barely touching the floor. The body feels as light as a feather, as light as a cloud. It feels like it may drift off at any moment. The body's feeling lighter and lighter, like it's barely touching the floor. Release this feeling of lightness now and replace it instead with a feeling of heaviness. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels so heavy that it feels like it's made out of concrete and it's pressing against the floor. The body feels so heavy it feels like it may even fall through the floor. The body's feeling heavier and heavier and it's pressing against the floor. Release this feeling of heaviness now and exchange it instead with a feeling of heat. The body is feeling hotter and hotter. The body feels like it's inside a steam room and the heat's just being turned up. The body's feeling hotter and hotter, like it's inside a steam room and the heat has just been turned up. Release this feeling of heat now. Exchange it instead with a feeling of coldness. The body's feeling colder and colder. The body feels like it's outside on a freezing winter's day. The body feels the icy winds whip through you and chill you to the bone. The body's feeling colder and colder, like it's outside on a freezing winter's day. Release this feeling of cold now. Release all of these sensations and allow the body to come back to a state of equilibrium. And now come to the space of the mind, space behind the closed eyes, the space also known as Chittakash. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize or create the following objects and images. Red roses covered in raindrops. Red roses covered in raindrops. The green frog sitting on a lily pad. The green frog sitting on a lily pad. A field of sunflowers swaying in the breeze. A field of sunflowers swaying in the breeze. A flock of cockatoos flying against a blue sky. A flock of cockatoos flying against a blue sky. A still lake. A still lake. Pink lotus flower. A pink lotus flower. A steady candle flame floating on the ocean. A steady candle flame floating on the ocean. Release these images now and call to mind your Sankalpa. If you have one, mentally repeat it 3 times now. And begin now to feel your breath in the body. Allow the breath to deepen slightly. And as you do, observe the movement in the body that the breath creates. Observe how, when you deepen the breath, it moves the back against the floor. Check in with your body now and observe how you're feeling compared to when we began the practice. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close, but we'll take some time now to allow the body to gently externalize. Begin to remember the details of the room that you are in, the color of the floor, the color of your mat, the color of your clothing or coverings, and remember the time of day. Begin to hear the sounds around you and remember the world attached to those sounds. Begin to make gentle movements with the fingers and the toes. Be very kind to your body as you allow it to gently externalize and begin to move and stretch in a way that's right for you. You may like to move your head from side to side gently, or even lie on the right side for a few moments. And then when it is right for you in your own time, there's no rush, keeping the eyes closed or downcast, move very gently and consciously into a comfortable sitting position. Trying to maintain the peaceful state that you've created. And now, like we did at the beginning, we'll gently move the awareness through the body, and this time compare how your body feels to when you did this previously. So move the awareness into the soles of the feet, and then gently move the awareness up into the ankles and up through the shins and the calves. Checking in with the knees and with the thighs and the buttocks. Moving the awareness into the hands and the wrists and the forearms, up through the elbows and the upper arms. Now moving the awareness up through the torso and the spine, into the shoulders and the neck. Checking in with the back of the head and the crown of the head. And then up through the face before gently resting the awareness at the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together now we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude the practice. Breathing in. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.